Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of our Exodus series. What do you do if you are really excited about something? You might spend lots of time thinking about the thing you are excited about. You might tell lots of people about the thing you are excited about. You might even sing a song about the thing you are excited about. As we continue in the book of Exodus, we are going to look at a song that Moses wrote. Moses wrote this song because he was really excited. We don't know the tune to the Moses song, but in the Bible we have the words Moses sung. But Moses wasn't really excited about something. Moses was really excited about someone. Moses was excited about Yahweh. Moses sings his song straight after Yahweh destroyed Pharaoh and his army in the Red Sea. We learned all about that in the last bit of Exodus. We learned that Yahweh saved his people by parting the Red Sea, and we learned that Pharaoh was destroyed by Yahweh, as well as all the Egyptians, as Yahweh brought the Red Sea crashing down on Pharaoh and his army. In Exodus chapter 15, Moses starts to sing all about what happened. Pharaoh and his army are defeated in Moses' song. Moses' song shows us what he was excited about. The song gives us plenty of reasons to join in with singing to Yahweh. Listen to the beginning of the song. Moses tells us why he wants to sing about Yahweh. I'm going to read from Exodus chapter 15, verse 1. Then Moses and the Israelites sang this song to Yahweh. I will sing to Yahweh, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. Did you hear why Moses is excited about Yahweh? Moses sings because Yahweh is highly exalted. That means Yahweh is highly powerful. His power is far greater than anyone else's. That's why Yahweh can defeat Pharaoh so easily. Pharaoh was exalted. Pharaoh was powerful, but Yahweh was far more exalted, far more powerful than Pharaoh. Yahweh is so powerful, it's like he could just pick up the whole of Pharaoh's army and throw them into the sea. Moses sings his song because what happened at the Red Sea shows that Yahweh is highly exalted. That's how Moses begins his song. It's how it ends too. At the end of the song, Miriam, Moses' sister, tells everyone to join in the singing. This is what she says. This is Exodus chapter 15, verse 21. Miriam sang to them, "Sing to Yahweh, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea." God destroying Pharaoh and his army has got Moses excited. He wants to sing about it. But what does Moses actually say in his song? What do the words tell us? Listen to the words of the first part of the song Moses sung. I'm going to read from chapter 15, verses 2 to 5. Yahweh is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will praise him. My father's God, and I will exalt him. Yahweh is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has hurled into the sea. The best of Pharaoh's officers are drowned in the Red Sea. The deep waters have covered them. They sank to the depths like a stone. Did you hear that? Yahweh is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Yahweh is a mighty warrior who wins against all his enemies. Is that what you think God is like? It's what we should think after seeing Yahweh destroy his enemies so easily in the Red Sea. But Moses hasn't finished. Listen now to the next part of the song. Listen especially for parts of the body that are mentioned. I'm going to read from verses 6 to 8. Your right hand, Yahweh, was majestic in power. Your right hand, Yahweh, shattered the enemy. In the greatness of your majesty, you threw down those who opposed you. You unleashed your burning anger. It consumed them like stubble. By the blast of your nostrils, the waters piled up. The surging waters stood up like a wall. The deep waters congealed in the heart of the sea. Did you hear the body parts? Yahweh's right hand shattered the enemy. He threw down a whole army. My hand is probably stronger than yours. I can crush and throw down a picture of an army. But I don't think I could even crush the leg of one horse, let alone shatter a whole army full of horses, chariots, and soldiers. Yahweh shattered all of the Egyptians. Moses also mentioned Yahweh's nostrils. It's easy to blow your nose. I can blow over a plastic cup with my nostrils. But if you fill it with water, my nostrils aren't even strong enough. But when Yahweh blew with his nostrils, a whole sea parted. It's not that Yahweh actually has a hand or a nose, but Moses is using pictures in this song to show us just how strong and powerful and exalted Yahweh is. Moses is using these pictures to show us that Yahweh easily defeats his enemies. Let's hear some more of the song. I'm going to read from Exodus chapter 15, verses 9 to 10. The enemy boasted, "I will pursue, I will overtake them. I will divide the spoils, I will gorge myself on them. I will draw my sword, and my hand will destroy them." But you blew with your breath, and the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Yahweh's enemy, Pharaoh and the Egyptians, were boasting about how great they were. But all Yahweh had to do was blow with his breath, and they were destroyed in the sea. They sank down, down, down like a stone. It was easy for Yahweh to win. Even though Pharaoh and his army seemed very strong, Yahweh just had to blow, and they were beaten. Is that what you think God is like? All he has to do is blow, and whole armies can be destroyed. That's how strong and powerful and exalted Yahweh is. He can easily defeat his enemies, even if they seem really strong. Let's listen to one more bit of Moses' song. This is verse 11. Who among the gods is like you, Yahweh? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in glory, working wonders? This is what God is like. This is Yahweh, majestic, awesome, glorious. No wonder Moses wants to sing about him. When people know how great and glorious Yahweh is, they want to sing about him. Yahweh is a warrior. He wins against all his enemies. He shatters whole armies who are against him. Winning is easy for him. Yahweh easily defeats his enemies. Today, Christians have even more reasons to sing than Moses did. Moses did not know about Jesus and the wonderful rescue he would bring. Moses did not know about how Jesus would defeat all his enemies, but we do. If we have turned from our sin and trusted in Jesus, then we are on the winning side. Jesus has defeated death. Jesus has defeated Satan. Jesus has defeated sin. God has raised Jesus from the dead and has made him ruler over everything. Jesus is highly powerful, and Jesus is highly exalted. Nothing and no one can ever win against Yahweh. Nothing and no one can win against Jesus. Jesus easily defeats his enemies. Like Yahweh, Jesus is someone worth singing about. Like Moses was excited about Yahweh, we can be excited about Jesus. We sing together at the beginning of the service in church to show how excited we are to know Jesus and what he has done for us. We sing about how Jesus has defeated death and Satan and sin. If you have trusted in Jesus to rescue you from death, Satan, and sin, then Jesus is someone to be excited about. Jesus is someone to sing about. Let's praise Jesus that he easily defeats his enemies. Next time, we'll hear more about what Yahweh does for his people. See you then.